How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse as we encounter box number 18 out of 20 of Japanese Shining Legends, and near the end of our case, we're going to play a little game called Did You Know for these 20 beautiful booster packs. As I encounter the holographic pull or better in each pack, I'm going to share some, perhaps, little known knowledge about the Pokemon that I have encountered. So, if you're excited to expand your knowledge tree of Pokemon in general, make sure you hit the like button down below, as you may know some of these already, but some of them might be surprising. I know a lot of you are pretty major Poke fans out there, and I've spent a good amount of time studying for this opening, so I hope that the information that I share in today's video is helpful to a lot of you. So, in our first pack, we've got an Ultra Ball, Larvesta, a Shroomish, Weasel, Floatzel, and a Shining Lugia. Wow, that's an amazing first pull. I'm flabbergasted, as you might say. Did you know that Lugia is going to be the last Pokemon as a legendary raid in Pokemon Go in 2017? They're not going to release any more, it's just Lugia. It's crazy. They're going to get rid of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, and then they're going to get rid of Lugia a week later, and they're not going to bring back anything until next year. It's insane. Next pack, we've got Pokemon Breeder. I feel like I've gotten a lot of Pokemon Breeders in the second pack of box openings. I'll have to go back and check that. Plusle, Purloin, Stunfisk, Venusaur, and a Zekrom holo. Did you know that that Zekrom is actually the Pokemon with the highest percentage of white in existence? Believe it or not, it's kind of crazy to think of that. You would think that it maybe be another mon like a Reshiram or something like that, but it's actually Zekrom. It is over 99% white over its entire body. So we've got Damage Remover, Golett, Voltorb, Scrafty, Arbok, and a Hoopa holo. Hoopa, very interestingly enough, I just learned this just about an hour or two before I filmed this this opening, and I never knew it before. There's a warrant for Hoopa's arrest in Liechtenstein. I saw a post on like Reddit or something like that earlier, showing a wanted sign on a telephone pole in Liechtenstein showing Hoopa Unbound's face. Crazy. What a world we live in. Pokemon Catcher, Totodile, Ekans, Pikachu, Electrode, and Palkia. Palkia, wonderful holo, wonderful looking mon. Origins of the term, it's the French word for hot dog. Yep, Palkia. Next pack, we've got a Sophocles, Litten, Bulbasaur, Carnivine, a Spiritomb, and a Raikou holo. Very nice. Raikou actually has the highest base catch rate in all of the Pokemon games. This is the easiest mon to catch. Has a base catch rate of 280. I feel like I've just been really unlucky trying to catch it. Warp Energy, Quillfish, a Torracat, Feraligatr, and we just got to take a second to give some props to this artwork because it's so great. We've got a Torkoal and a Raichu GX. Fantastic. Raichu was actually the initial pre-evolution to Pichu. They made Pichu and Pikachu first, and then they made Raichu afterwards, and they were going to make it as a pre-evolution. But then they realized that it would be too confusing to people, so they pushed Pichu to 2nd gen, made it the baby form, and moved Raichu as an evolution to Pikachu. Next pack's got a Lily, a Minun, Scraggy, Weasel, a Liepard, and a Virizion holo. Virizion is actually the first Pokemon ever to be created in due in large part to a sponsorship with an outside company. Virizion was the design was paid for by Verizon. And Verizon actually threw people off the scent of it being a sponsored Pokemon by making it green instead of red. The trouble that they had with that is that the name is so close to Verizon that people eventually figured it out anyways. Especially when Virizion knocked on my door and tried to sell me Verizon. I've got a Switch, Ivysaur, Zorua, Breloom, Golurk, and a Mewtwo GX Full Art. Very, very nice. A great card to have a duplicate of. Mewtwo, of course, being the first Pokemon in the National Pokedex by number. So this is an awesome find, going way, way back to the original Pokemon, to the origins of Pokemon, to the first numbered Pokemon in the Dex, Mewtwo. Beautiful full art. I gotta go back and check my pull ratios. They seem like they've been really high. So you had 3 ultra rares, 2 hyper rares, and 7 super rares? I think it's 7. 1 of each, plus an extra Mewtwo, and an extra Zoroark, or something like that. So a week 12 out of 18 so far. That's pretty awesome. Double colorless energy, Croconaw, Shroomish, a Purloin, Floatzel, and a Keldeo Hollow. That is awesome. Keldeo is actually wearing the hair of a 16th century warrior, which is why there is only 1 Keldeo. Because otherwise, they'd have to collect a lot of hair. And that would be quite challenging. Now imagine how unimpressive Keldeo looked without all that hair from that 16th century warrior. I've got Howl, Voltorb, Larvesta, Volcarona. Nice to see him in the same pack. A Stunfisk, and a lovely little Shaman for our holographic card. Shaman, this is actually pretty well known. I figure a lot of people know about this. Shaman really struggled with the amount of spotlight that it received in the TCG and went on an 8-month holiday. It was initially planning to go to Neptune, but when it realized that the weather wasn't so great, it decided to just go to Barcelona instead. Hard to argue with that. We've got Damage Remover, Totodile, Plusle, Bulbasaur, Carnivine, and a Manaphy Hollow. Manaphy Hollow. This is maybe not terribly age appropriate, but I'm gonna try to say it as best as I can. So, Manaphy, reproductive organs come from the head. So yeah. In case you're ever curious, that's what's going on. Now you know. Let's get another Pokemon breeder. Golett, Buizel, a Incineroar, a Scrafty, and a Shining Genesect. Awesomely fantastic. Genesect, of course, is the T-1400 in the new Terminator movie that's coming out. They needed to upgrade it somehow, so they just went with Shining Genesect. Seems like a pretty good choice. Feels like this Genesect could wreak havoc on some humans and some robots alike. So, good choice there, guys. I got Super Scoop Up, Scraggy, Pikachu, Jinx, Venusaur, and a Marshadow Hollow. Marshadow, of course, has every type in the games, so Marshadow will hopefully eventually appear in the TCG as each different type. And I would imagine that at some point, the Pokemon Company International is going to make a set where Marshadow is the only holographic card and include it with every single typing. The question I want to ask you is, though, since Marshadow is every type, and please let me know in the comment section below, since Marshadow is every type, if there's a Poison-type Marshadow and a Psychic-type Marshadow, should they get 2 different cards that are Psychic-type in the TCG to allow for that? What about Fighting and Ground? There's a Fighting-type Marshadow and a Ground-type Marshadow. Does it get 2 different artworks for that? Are they 2 separately numbered cards? These are the questions that I have for you. Please help me out with them. Energy Retrieval, a Shroomish, a Croconaw, Purloin, Electrode, and a Latios Hollow. Latios, of course, went to flight school very, very early in life. before they made airplanes and taught itself to fly. Actually, you can see Latias in the background, also learning to fly. This is an old picture from their training grounds. So before there was such a thing as a pilot's license, there was flight school, and Pokemon went to it. I wasn't around for it, but I believe the stories. I've got Sophocles, Ivysaur, I've got a Minun, Spiritomb, Arbok, and a Mewtwo GX. Very nice companion piece to the full art. Don't really have any extra information to share aside from what I told you already about its national Pokedex number, but great to get another one of those. Moving on, we've got a Great Ball, Ekans, Quillfish, Litten, Feraligatr, and another Zekrom Holo. Sorry, I really only looked up one fact for everybody, so not really packing with more information for you guys on these ones, but I'm sure if you do your research, you'll be able to track down even more stunning, mind-blowing information regarding your favorite legendary Pokemon. We've got Lily, Voltorb, Zorua, Liepard, Torkoal, and a Reshiram Holo, which Reshiram initially, believe it or not, initially was supposed to be pink and purple striped. But when they went to print out a copy of it from the printer at the Pokemon Company, it was out of ink. So they were only able to print out the outline, and they liked it so much as white, although not as white as Zekrom, but it's pretty white, that they decided to just stick with that design. So it's a weird little Easter egg regarding its appearance. Ultra Ball, Torracat, Totodile, Golurk, Stunfisk, and another French hot dog. Cool. Am I gonna run out of sleeves? Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be one sleeve short. Ain't that about a bee? So we've got Switch, Pikachu, Larvesta, Bulbasaur, Carnivine, ooh, an Yveltal Holo. Yveltal, of course, being in the music video for the YMCA song. Spoilers, it plays the Y. It tried to audition actually for the C, but for some reason it got knocked out of that by Lunatone. So unfortunately it was not able to live out its dream, so it played second fiddle and ended up being the most popular one as leading the charge for the YMCA song. Hold on a second, I need more sleeves. I was thinking to myself that I would have one left over, but now that I realize the sequence in which I filmed these openings, it makes perfect sense that I'm actually one short. I filmed something in between that required 2 sleeves. Not to worry, we're on our last pack. Of the video, we've got How, Weasel, Golett, Floatzel, a Scrafty, and another extremely easy to catch Raikou Holo. Which, I guess it makes perfect sense now how we were able to get 2 in that box, because it's so darn easy to add to the collection. Entei and Suicune roam all over the place, but Raikou just sits there and lets you catch it, with like damaged Pokeballs and stuff. So we're going to sort these out off camera, split them up so that you can get the full experience with the recap. That should go there. And perfect. Alright, box number 18 giving us Zekrom, Hoopa, Palkia, Raikou, hashtag spawn, hashtag ad, hashtag Verizon, Keldeo, Shaman, Manaphy, Marshadow, Latios, Raikou, Yveltal, Palkia, Reshiram, Zekrom, Mewtwo GX, Raichu GX, Shining Genesect, Shining Lugia, and Mewtwo GX Full Art. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the information that I was able to share with you. Hopefully a few of those stick with you as well and you're able to impress your friends with your extra knowledge of Pokemon. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, I'll be back tomorrow Boxes 19 and 20 will go live on Saturday, so I hope to see you here for both of them as we continue our quest to get as close to a complete set as we possibly can.